Travolting presents The Fraser's Edge. Hosted by Jeff Sweeney and Stuart Elmore. Recapping the Hollywood Exile Era. Enjoy the episode. Over thousands of years, our karma collects and distributes. Over our lives, over a period of time, that karma can have effects. It can change your life. It can send you into a path you never thought you'd be in. And then sometimes it'll turn around and come back and help you.
Did you expect me to help you out of that one? Or
No, I just wanted to see what you said.
No? Okay.
Yeah, thank you for listening to our episode last week on the secret of karma. we hope you're karma pilled now.
Karma pill?
Yeah, we hope you're a karma cell.
What did we chant at the very end of that one?
Peace on earth.
Peace on earth. Peace on earth. Peace on earth.
Yeah, my upstairs neighbors are moving, which is why there's the right now. They decided to wait until we start recording to move. All right. Yeah, but
well, it's we're exiling them.
Yeah. Because we're talking about the Hollywood Exile Era today.
Yeah.
It's kind of the low point of Brendan's career.
It feels...
but it's over. It's over. We're done with it.
It's over, but it does feel a little weird thinking about it like it's the Exile Era. And I only say that in the sense of
he was still working.
He was still working. He was still doing stuff. It's just sad to think that the fall of his career, I don't really think it was all his fault.
No, for the most part, none of it was his fault.
Yeah.
And that's the part that's really sad about this era and why we kind of got depressed talking about it.
Yeah.
Because it was, circumstances beyond his control. He was badly injured. He was in, divorce settlements. He was assaulted. His personal life was just in shambles, and that it started to affect his ability to do his work.
Yeah.
And his ability to, pick projects that he thought were good for him. And on top of that, basically all of his movies were flopping right before this era. So his market value had started going down. He was getting less per movie, so when he would have to do more movies to try and afford all that. It's like a vicious cycle that he got sucked into.
Yeah.
Where he needed to do bad movies to get money, but the more bad movies he did, the lower his quote got, and the lower his respect in Hollywood became. To the extent that he just wasn't getting picked up for big movies.
Yeah.
Which is how, this era, which we're saying starts with Extraordinary Measures, and ends with The Secret of Karma, which is in and of itself a huge downgrade from co-starring with Harrison Ford in a, it's a, down the slope movie for both of them.
Yeah.
But then The Secret of Karma being the finale of this.
It is quite the finale.
Yeah, and I'm truly curious if Brendan, after The Secret of Karma had a long, dark night of the soul, I was just I need to figure this out.
Yeah, I imagine he had to put on that outfit, wear the makeup for that Animus role. And he looked himself in the mirror and be like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, what is my life right now?
How did I get here?
Mm-hmm.
That's immediately where my thought would have gone to. And I'm imagining that might have been where he kind of went to as well.
Mm-hmm. And I think the thing that's interesting is that he's saved from this by a two-pronged, approach.
Yeah.
I think it's first that he's very perseverant.
Mm-hmm.
He's very committed to, being in good movies again and, working as a respected actor.
Yeah.
Equally as much as suddenly around 2019, I feel or 2020, there becomes this big swell of nostalgia for early Brendan.
Yeah. A lot of people are bringing back up his older movies that we looked for. Well,
because
it's people who watch those movies are now in their 20s.
Yeah. Because he starts doing interviews talking about his work, and people are like, oh, look at how cute he is, talking about how much fun The Mummy was.
Yeah.
My now wife got a sticker of him, just wearing a cowboy hat.
Wife.
Yeah, my wife.
You just dropping that.
I do, but he, she got a sticker of him before he starts being in all this stuff again. He just kind of blows up in this nostalgia sense.
Yeah.
People are it's unfair what happened to him, and the kind of this public swell is what I think helps him get cast in his next run of movies.
Yeah.
Because after this era, it's No Sudden Moves, it's The Whale, and it's Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah.
Which is coming out which will come out by the time we finish.
Now, I don't know much about No Sudden Move, but is that like considered like a good comeback performance for him? Or
yeah,
like...
I haven't seen it yet. It's our next episode after this. He's playing like a mobster in it.
Yeah.
And it's a Soderbergh. It's a Soderbergh movie.
Yeah.
Don Cheadle and Benicio del Toro are the leads. I hear very good things about it.
Okay.
Well,
Good.
Will Angelico from our Bedazzled episode back for that.
Okay. I'm looking forward to seeing that again. Yeah. Soderbergh.
And so, but we're not looking forward right now. We're looking back.
I don't want to though.
Because like Extraordinary Measures is kind of the last gasp of like a respectable Hollywood movie he's in. Because like right after that, the run is Furry Vengeance, which is a very sad movie to see him in.
Very sad.
Whole Lot of Soul, Irish independent film. Escape from Planet Earth, just a voice-over role. A Case of You, he's in one scene. Hairbrain, the worst movie I've ever seen.
Jeff.
Pawn Shop Chronicles,
a crime against the Geneva Convention.
War crime. Breakout,
another war crime.
Direct-to-video action movie. Gimme Shelter, like a drama that he's like kind of good in, but no one sees and isn't very good. And then the Nut Job.
Animation.
Then there's 5 years off, and he comes back with The Poison Rose, Line of Descent, and The Secret of Karma. 3 like...
God, it's just like what's really so shitty is like, you know, I think when we were looking at Fraser's like, you know, Travolta exploitation era, like we had some like gems in there that we could kind of like,
yeah, like there's Life on the Line.
There's Life
like
on the Line.
Funny.
Yeah,
there was nothing really funny in this.
No, there wasn't a movie in this that I could be like, I'd watch that again just for the laughs, you know. And I would also say, like, yeah, every single movie in this is like painful to endure and get through.
Yeah.
And that, I think that's just what's sad. Like, I don't have an underrated movie. I don't have a favorite movie.
Yeah, because when Travolta gets into like his mean mugging era, like his performances are always funny.
Yeah.
And it's funny to watch him in them. Brendan's are just like sad. Like it doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
You're like, damn, this guy wants to be like a committed actor, and this is what he's stuck doing. With Travolta, you're kind of like, this is what he wants to be doing right now.
Right.
He's having a good time.
He's happy, you know? Like, when he's in Die Hard,
yeah.
like, I kind of...
He's good. He's
I
fine.
kind of laugh at his performance. The Fanatic, like, as much of horrible of a movie that is, like, he's doing things.
He's doing a thing.
He's doing a
Gotti
thing.
is the best movie ever made, as we all know.
Speed Kills.
Remember this
Trading Paint.
Remember the boat chase? I forgot the Trading
boat
Paint
chase.
is a movie that exists.
Speed Kills, the one where he like outraces a storm in a speedboat.
Yes.
I Am Wrath.
I'm looking up Trading Paint right now.
And he's also got like a few couple all right ones. Like In a Valley of Violence wasn't like complete garbage. And he's good in that. Like The Forger. Killing Spree.
What?
Killing Spree, the one he did with Robert De Niro, where he's like the Russian dude, or Bosnian guy who like hunts after him.
Killing Season.
No, it's Killing. Oh, Killing Season, not Killing.
So I was like, there's no way we covered a movie called Killing Spree. I have no memory of this. But like, those are all funny.
Like Savages, he's pretty funny in. But yeah, like there's all these movies that like, yeah, they're terrible movies, but you can always find a thing in them that like, I hate to even say this. I don't even want to admit to it, but there are some movies in there that's like, okay, like he's doing a thing. Like why is there a movie in production, upcoming projects called Cash Out 2 High Rollers?
Because they filmed Cash Out 1 and Cash Out 2 at the same time.
But is he in, wait, but oh, okay. I see it now. I was like, wait a minute. I don't remember. Oh, there it is.
I'm very excited to talk about Cash Out 2 High Rollers.
Remember Criminal Activities?
Yeah, that was a movie.
That was a movie.
We're talking about a lot of Travolta right now.
I know, but it's literally just like, I love looking back on it because it's like, like Travolta's terrible era wasn't like the worst thing, you know? Travolta exploitation. He's not out of it. Thank God Fraser is at least like out of it now.
Yeah, he's firmly out of it.
Firmly?
I would say firmly for the time being.
We haven't seen Killers of the Flower Moon yet.
Look, it's not going to be like the worst movie ever.
No, it's going to be a good movie. But his role could just be like, okay.
And that's kind of that's where I want him in. That's where I want to see Brendan.
In the okay.
No, in like the smaller roles. Like I don't want Off of the Whale for him to like become a movie star again.
Well, I think smaller roles, you know what I mean, like supporting roles.
Yeah, I want him to take on good, meaty supporting roles.
Oh.
I think that's where like his career is at its best.
But I want him doing more whale stuff.
Like, I'm not saying I don't want him to be the lead in any movie, but like the next few movies we're going to talk about, or I guess specifically, No Sudden Moves and Killers of the Flower Moon, but even some of the like supporting roles we've talked about with him, I kind of like that vibe of his.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
I mean, not to jump ahead, but I liked him in The Whale, and I think he can hold his own.
Yeah, he's good in The Whale, and he definitely can. I just don't want him to kind of like end up getting suckered into the false promises of like, I'm going to be a movie star in a bunch of movies now, and get like the lower grade stuff.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I do get that. I am looking forward to his next solo project, though. Yeah. I'm looking forward to see what kind of stuff he tries to tackle on next.
Yeah, I want to see what's coming next for him.
Yeah.
But looking at this little era, which we kind of explain the arc of pretty succinctly, we should do what we always do: favorite, least favorite, most underrated.
I don't. There's nothing there. I can't like. I know what you're gonna pick for favorite. You're gonna pick The Secret of Karma, you motherfucker. I know you are. He's got this big ass grin on his face.
Villain Fraser, call me.
I mean,
look, if we're talking deadly serious, my favorite would be Extraordinary Measures.
Yeah, I would have to say
it's at least semi-competent.
I'd have to say that too. Extraordinary Measures.
If we're talking least favorite, it's Hairbrained. Fuck that movie.
I'm gonna say Pawn Shop Chronicles.
Fair.
I cannot rewatch Pawn Shop Chronicles.
Yeah, I don't think it's legal to watch it more than once. They might arrest you.
Yeah, exactly. If you watch it willingly more than once, you're gonna get a knock at your door. Underrated?
Secret of Karma. You know you're gonna say it.
No. Maybe A Case of You.
Mm-hmm.
Only because like that's a movie that like as like very copy and paste of a rom-com as that movie is, like it's got like some alright moments.
Yeah, it's a movie.
And it's also like I'm a Justin Long stan, man. I love that guy. Yeah. I have nothing but love for him. What he was turned into in The Whale needs to be like put into trial. Like that needs to go to court.
You mean the Tusk?
Or Tusk, sorry.
I said The Whale. So he's not in that.
No. Imagine if he was turned into
He's actually playing the fat suit. Oh.
Brendan Fraser wears.
Yeah. It's just Justin Long, and he's like, after every take.
No, but I'm a huge Justin Long stan, and I thought his role in that movie was all right.
Mm-hmm.
Like he didn't have like a big role, but he Brendan Fraser carried like had a semi decent time in it. So yeah, I'd probably say A Case of You.
Yeah, that's fair. I would actually probably agree with that because my other option is Escape from Planet
Earth. I cannot watch that movie again without like dropping in IQ points. I really can't. It's so terrible. It's so.
What if I said Pawn Shop Chronicles was the most underrated? I'm not gonna, but what if I did?
Why would you even like humor that?
Just like what if I did?
Then we would be canceled.
That's fair.
Jeff,
it's The Secret of Karma.
Yeah, but why did you even bring it up?
Because like you're insistent that I loved that movie, that I thought it was great.
You did say the first
like, what
act.
if I just lean into it?
You did say the first act was pretty good.
Pretty good. What's funny? I stand by it. The first act's a little funny.
Starts with the Confederate flag.
Yeah, it's a little funny. It's a satire of it. First act, a little funny.
Okay. The rest of the movie?
Not so good. A little troubling, at minimum.
A little troubling?
A little troubling.
At minimum? You can say it's the worst thing ever, Jeff.
It's the most morally reprehensible shit I've ever seen.
Okay, that's at least
Yeah.
better. You know what you're doing right now?
What?
You're doing like the Trump Proud Boys thing right now, where it's like you won't like outright say.
There were good people on both sides.
It's like, what do I have to
Everybody's saying
say?
it.
Like, Proud Boys, stand back, stand by. But you know what's the real shitty
Yeah.
movie is like, and it's like, no, it's Pawn Shop Chronicles.
No, Pawn Shop Chronicles is morally reprehensible. It's evil. First act's a little funny. I gotta speak my truth.
Like Secret of Karma.
Yeah, Secret of Karma is the underrated one. It's also probably my favorite just because of how sincerely insane it is.
I don't even remember that.
Meathead classic. Supreme.
Meathead Classic Supreme. Oh my God.
One of these days after I've accumulated a list, I'm going to do a podcast called Meatheads. And we're just going to talk about Meathead classics. Another episode of The Secret of Karma.
Remind me when that was it a Hollywood Reporter or Variety? What was like the big like interview piece that came out where he opened up about a sexual assault case? What was like the main institution that published that? Was it Hollywood Reporter?
I am looking up
Brendan Fraser.
as we speak. Bada bing, bada boom. 2018 GQ.
GQ. That's right.
Yeah, it was a GQ article in 2018.
I love that the
called
first
Whatever Happened to Brendan Fraser.
The first two things that pop up is February 22nd, 2018, Whatever Happened to Brendan Fraser, and then their next article is November 16th, 2022, How Brendan Fraser Made It All the Way Back. I just love that. Don't you love that?
Yeah.
Isn't that so like heartwarming?
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're interviewing him at his like lowest of the lows, and then they do another story of where he's like at the highest of the highs. It's fantastic. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, this 2018 article, Whatever Happened to Brendan Fraser, which is kind of like the beginning of his comeback, I would say.
2018?
Yeah, because he does this. He does this interview, GQ, and it goes viral. Whatever Happened to Brendan Fraser, and then like that's kind of like kickstarts the Goodwill campaign.
Yeah, right.
And the next year he's back in movies. 3 of them that nobody sees, but he's back. Soderbergh hires him. Aronofsky hires him. Scorsese hires him. He gets cast in Batgirl, a movie that is apparently coming out. Many people are saying that we're doing an episode on it.
Are we?
We are. Yeah, because of course it's coming out. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this, Stuart.
Again, another Trumpism of yours.
Everybody knows it. Everybody's saying it.
Folks, by the time this episode comes out, Barbie would have been out for a while.
Yeah, quite a while.
And I know people who are fans of the show who go and watch this movie, there's one scene that you have to watch, and I want you to think of Jeff. Because there's a scene when Ken goes up the escalator and sees on this video screen flashing montages of Bill Clinton, Sylvester Stallone, and John Travolta. And folks, I want to paint you this picture. Jeff and I went and saw this with like a bigger friend group. And when this moment happened in the movie, we all looked at Jeff.
Yeah.
It was like as if Greta Gerwig got off the phone with you and was like, okay, this is what the common man is.
Yeah. Stallone, Travolta. Oh. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
The fact that there are 2 seasons of American Crime Story that you have to be watching right now.
I don't have who has the time?
You are in the middle of a podcast where we talk about Brendan Fraser. You have the time. We are also unemployed because of the writers and actors strike.
Yeah.
You have the fucking time.
Maybe.
Watch the shows.
Maybe.
They're 10 episodes each.
It's 10 hours.
I'm not even asking you to watch season 2. The assassination of Versace.
Gianni Versace.
You don't have to watch that one unless you want to, but you have to watch season 1, People versus OJ.
I'll get around
and
to
season 3.
It's on the
impeachment.
list.
Fucking hell.
It's on the list. I'll get around to it one
At
day.
least season 1 should have been like at least higher ranked because I mentioned that show to you like a year ago.
It's on the list,
Where's this list?
in my mind.
Then it's okay.
Yeah. Well, actually, like I do have a literal list.
Are those movies or TV shows?
Movies.
Yeah.
I have a list of movies that I have to watch.
Well, Jeff, we've been talking for 20 minutes, but I don't really have anything else.
Yeah,
to
this
add.
there is kind of a dud. There wasn't much to talk about. We're glad that it's over. We're happy for Brendan.
And we have, like,
we only have 4 episodes left of the show, unless Brothers comes out this year.
Yeah.
Which, you know, actually, hopefully is going to be a good movie.
It's almost like, should we even do a because this was recap number 3?
Yeah, recap number 3.
And we have it scheduled a recap 4, right?
Yes.
To do all tour. Should we even do that?
I guess we can just cover it in the Flower Moon episode.
I was going to say, like, I think Flower Moon should be, like, the finale, only because, like, 3 movies is very too soon to say it's an auteurist
I
return.
agree, except it's kind of also the recap of the entire career. Because, like, we did that for Travolta at the end, where we just kind of, like...
Yeah.
The final recap was more or less just recapping the entire run of the show.
Maybe we call it recap number 4, auteurist return, and add a question mark behind it.
Yeah.
Because, like,
yeah,
you and I both don't know if it's
what's going to happen.
What's going to happen.
But the point being that, you know, we got 4 more episodes to talk about with you folks, and then we'll be finished with the Fraser's Edge. But don't worry, because Travolting will not be done. The great work is never finished.
It's never finished. We'll have another thing in store. We haven't decided yet who we're gonna do. We'll take in comments and tweets,
or skeets,
or messages.
Or what's Elon calling them now? X's.
Yeah,
send me an X.
Send me an X.
Dumb you have to fucking be.
Well, it's just so interesting. Like, you have to realize, as any person, even someone like Elon Musk, that Twitter's falling.
Mm-hmm.
So then, what's your next rational decision? To rebrand it?
Mm-hmm. As X.com, something he's been trying to do for 25 years.
That's a porn site.
I know, right?
That is a porn site.
He wanted PayPal to be called X.com. And that's part of why he got shafted out of the company.
Didn't he name his kid X something?
Yes, he named his kid X.
What's his thing with X?
He loves the letter X for some reason.
It's 2 lines that cross each other.
What a fucking idiot. Like...
You want to go on your Elon Musk
just, like,
box right now?
Cannot fathom being that stupid at all times.
I mean, he builds rockets.
He pays people to build rockets.
Yeah. Sure.
I think if I were to be like, hey, Elon, design a rocket, he would, like, make a paper airplane and throw it at me and it would fall immediately because it has no aerodynamic abilities. He's just, like, the stupidest person. He's posting the worst shit on... He has, like, his sense of humor is locked in 2012. He's still posting those, like, fucking memes of, like, the
minions.
The minions and, like, the drawn guys. I'm not going to go into it. Thank you so much for listening to this recap episode. Make sure to tune next week for episode on No Sudden Moves, where we'll be joined by Will Angelico from Bedazzled. Not from the movie, but from the episode on it. In the meantime, please remember to rate, review, and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening on. As a reminder, we are available on Spotify, Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, Amazon Music, so many other places. Wherever you're listening to us is where we are, so please rate, review, subscribe on that. Find us on social media at Travolting Pod, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, BlueSky, hopefully by this point. Facebook, I think. Special thanks at TravoltingPodcast@gmail.com. Email TravoltingR/Travolting on Reddit. Find me on Twitter at Jeff W. Sweeney. Special thanks as always to Rebecca Johnson for the graphic design and Michael Van Bodegum Smith for the theme music that's now taking you out. See you next week, and don't make any sudden moves.
Elon Musk, challenge Mark Zuckerberg. Let's go.